I am Brenda, Power Medicine Woman, and I am super excited. Why? It's just energy. Energy just flows through. Spirit loves to speak. And I've noticed that the energies have changed on the planet. What does that mean? It means different pressures, different things that happen to the solar system, different things that are going on. And what I've noticed is that I have like problems with barometric pressure. I don't know if anybody else has. But when barometric pressure happens, you know, my body acts like it has allergies, like there's hay fever going on. If that makes any sense. And when that happens, it's just like my nose is running. I mean, the middle of the night. So let's see, what time was it? I got up at, what time did I get up? 6 o'clock, between 5 and 7. Between 5 and 7 a.m. is what they refer to in large intestine meridian. That's its peak moments. What does it do? Hello. Well, between 5 and 7, that large intestine and its counterpart. Did I bring the paper in? No. I did not bring the paper in. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to do this? Tee. Demi, there's only one person here. So I've got to run. So if somebody comes in, just tell them I'll be right back. I can't believe I forgot my paper. Ah! Okay, so Spirit has moved my papers. Hey there. Ha! Freaked myself out. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, why'd they do that scare? I'm not sure why that scare was there, but there was. I mean, I thought I had everything set up. Had my water, had my magnet. Got my papers. Okay, so scared, scrambled energy. I'm just going to sit here, and before I really get into talking, I'm going to cross my ankles and cross my wrist. This is what you call the Wayne Cook posture. If your energy is scrambled like I'm feeling, whoever it is, and you can have this at any time, you'll feel wiped out. You try reading, you're like, oh, the words don't make sense. You're not comprehending what you're reading. And then you're trying to listen to somebody and you're like, no, not getting it. And it can be you or it can be the person you're listening to. So Wayne Cook helps you put your two halves of your brain together to get that energy going. Oh, that feels good already. So unwind, switch, and then you switch your ankles. Getting these energies back. I say I knew I had all my papers here. Well, welcome all of you. Oh, there's a big difference when I'm doing it on my fan page or on my profile. We're learning, so I might end up doing a video on all of them. Not sure. Oh, that feels coming back to life. Okay, so behind me, which you can't really see. Okay, now, so everybody undo. Is a box above the sign where it says Facebook, you know, hashtag Medicine Woman for You. Oh, here we go. We're shifting. There's a box. It's called the Hope Chest. But in that Hope Chest, in my Hope Chest, I put in something. You, if you want to play along, are going to use your abilities. We're going to raise the vibration. And if you're going to participate, Spirit will know. And that'll raise the vibration with you. And we're also going to raise the frequency so that just enough so you can tune in. Okay? Frequency is important. So in that box, hope chest. I'm not sure why it's so, like you can't see it, but there's something in there. Tune in. Now, most people don't realize they can tune in just by listening to see a picture. Mind you of bat sonar, you know. There was someone that was blind, and he would just make noise. You know, he'd go, and it would echo off. I think whales do that too. It echoed off, and he actually began to do it enough that he could tell, without walking without a cane, you know, what it was. That's a mailbox, that's a tree, this is that, this is that. And what I want you to do is just breathe in and breathe out. You let your brain waves to relax, which means if your mind is jumbled, you can do what we just did, which was Wayne Cook. You can get that off my one website so that, you know, it's a free healing tool, or just type it in Google. And that Wayne Cook posture, you know, does wonders for the brain, but you can also balance your brain. But what we're looking for is that as you breathe, you're creating a flow, and we want you to lower the brain waves. Now, some of you, I feel very stressed. And what I would have you do is that you have to remember your autonomic nervous system that runs your nerves, that makes it go to sympathetic, which just sounds like it's good, but that just means you're stressed, to parasympathetic, which is rest and digest, which is what you want. Well, people can't get there. People will swear to God they're relaxing, but they're just tired. The more tired you are, even when you're relaxing, without even muscle testing you, and I could tell you, chances are your autonomic nervous system is not doing the switch. And so you may be relaxing because you're tired, but you're not resting on digesting with your parasympathetic. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, we're going to let it all out, and then you're going to hold your breath. And you do that like 2 or 3 times. If you're really stressed, you may have to do it like 5 or 6 times. Wait, do it again. There's other things you can use. But you just breathe in and you breathe out. Now I do an extra blow, which is, which ends up taking and pushing your diaphragm in, and then you hold, and you suck in your gut, and then you hold. So it's, and you want the air to feel deprived. Okay, and so that when the air comes back in, everything kind of resets. So you do that a couple times. Okay, even just the energy of changing it. So I'm just going to change the vibration and the frequency. So if you want to play, guess what's in the box? Give yourself some time to breathe in, to relax, lower the brain waves. How do you do that? Well, you know how when you watch TV, you know, you're actively watching, you're like, oh, but then all of a sudden you're watching and you tune everything out. Well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to listen to me, but you're going to tune into that frequency and that energy. And then you're going to start hearing pictures. Now, some of you may not be that. You may have to do a self-talk that creates a picture. You may visually just see a picture with nothing else. Or maybe it's just like, for instance, if it's something that you know, if it's something to wear, then you may feel it's to be something to wear. I mean, little things, shapes, colors, what its purpose is, what it could look like. For instance, when I was practicing, somebody took a remote, and I'm looking at it, and all I could see was like combs. You know how a comb has its teeth? You know, I saw combs with nice and thick straight lines. And then I noticed it went into a rectangle. I noticed that there was something, I felt like it did something. And it took a bit, but then all of a sudden I realized that because I seen it in my hand, and then again, this is not a sound picture. The sound was all the others. This was, I felt it. And I kept feeling like, what do I want to do with it? And then it happened. So just to let you know, there's a box, and you can play the game, tune in, listen to the sounds, and then we'll reveal it later. But you guys can guess every now and then, and you can, but tune in, breathe in, lower the vibration of how fast your brain waves needs to go. Lower it, tune in, and just wait for impressions. Like Olivia today. I had encountered an energy field, and it brought up a reaction. Now that's what part of what 333 is, this portal, for me anyway, is that you're asked not to just heal the emotions, but your reaction. Okay? And the reaction that happened in me, I was like, oh, I could feel it. And, it's draining me. And I could feel the person's emotions, but I didn't really resonate to become it. But I could totally feel how my reaction was happening. And I was like, oh my God. And I could hear it. Oh, can't have joy. And I began to know, this isn't me, because I'm joyful every day. I'm like, really? So I just sat back, used my intuition to listen to what's going on with the paradigm, what's going on with people. So if all of a sudden you find yourself in a reactive moment, just sit back and say, oh my God, what is this? Identify it. This is how I started out. I began to identify, and then next thing you know, I come up with all these emotions, and then emotions were tied to other things. And like I started off this this video, Demi can tell you, I panicked because my paper wasn't here. I couldn't see it. And I was like, oh, so it was just Demi and I. I'm like, just tell, if nobody sees, nobody here, just tell them where I went. And then as I'm running panically through the house, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's not really me. I could have just tuned in. It's again, I look at doing these videos as an extension of who I am, because it's I live it, breathe it, walk it, talk it, and dream it. Okay, you have to. If you want to really get out of your hells, now how would I define hells? Very simply, it's a lack of joy. And the hells are, and this is what's so amazing, as you grow up, what's pessimistic, what's optimistic? And then it's like, well, I want to be an optimistic. And everybody around you, oh my God, that's just for sissies. And I'd be like, wait, what? Or they totally had a bad experience. It's not even true. And you begin, if you're easily persuaded, you think that's the way the world's supposed to run. But when you see people that are stuck in an old paradigm of bitterness, this is, everything's fucked. Everything is bad. Everything hurts. Everything is sick. It's everything and always. It's all, it's just like that. Constant. And you make a remark, and the next thing you know, you have to come back with a negative remark so that you can sound just like the rest of the group. And hello, everybody. It's just, I got to learn to stop touching the darn desk because it shakes the video. But when you're around people that are stuck in their hells, and you end up getting triggered and creating a reaction, that is when you still realize there's a part of you that accepted it, believed it, and gave your power away to it. because there's a part of you that didn't, I mean, as a child, you begin to think, oh my God, they're in charge. That's where the inferiority comes in, and you can feel their power. And oh my God, I can't handle it. Oh, here comes the spirits. I'm beginning to like it. Okay, so they really, good gracious, they just unplugged me. Now what am I going to talk about? They plugged me in. They said, here, talk about this. And then they unplugged me. Gracious sakes. Okay. It's like that bling bling moment. You're talking away and they say, oh, glitter. Bling. Oh. That's what it sounds like sometimes. Okay. Again, those that are new, see that? That's called the Hope Chest Box. But in it, I put something in it, and you're going to use your abilities. Now, I've already beginning to tune the energy. So all you have to do is step into the field and listen. Do you feel like, can you wear it? Can you smell it? Does it have shape? Can you see it? Can you hear the shape? Just allow yourself to embrace that part of you that is natural. I know it's hard. That's why I'm talking to you about, as you begin to embrace it, that other people's emotions can interfere. It's kind of like distracting to some degree. But there's a whole reason why that these people do it, because your soul's still asking, you're ready to heal it now? And it's great that you have, you can get guidance. And that's important, but what do you do with that information? A lot of people start off with saying, I don't know what that means. So when I'm giving you a reading, it's about you. I was giving a reading to someone the other night. I can't remember what it was. And as soon as I would bring up certain words, oh, that's not me. And Spirit says, they're going to disagree with you because they're mismatched. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to talk to them? You have got to listen to us. And I'm like, it took me a while. And I can't even tell you how the language went, because they tuned in and they said this and that. And the next thing you know, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. I'm like, thank goodness. Bonjour. I love when she does that. You can hear it in my head. So, you just have to begin to define who you are. Emotions are very important. Emotions are what creates our world. I mean, if you're walking around and life sucks, understand you're probably stuck in the lens of bitterness. If your reaction to people is, yeah, tell me about it, or yeah, this and that, yeah, negative. Are you playing the game, or can you define yourself? As I began to define myself, I had family and friends that were like, well, that's just stupid. My old days would be, I gotta hide it, or maybe they're right. No. Olivia says, ha, thoughts go so quick, you sound like me, Duracell, ha. Yes. In the United States, we call it the Energizer Bunny. Anyways, I went to other light workers site and readings, and I don't usually go to those because I want Spirit to design me. Really? They want my attention, and we already talked about that last night. They have to have their boundaries. Otherwise, they got what you call a, sounds funny, but it looks like a jail. It's like a beam of white light that you just stick them in, and okay, you just stay in there in timeout until you learn the rules. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, emotions affect you every day, and when you don't resolve them, they can build up in the body. They will show on the body, and the more that you don't get it, the more that it can show, and it can last, and it can linger. Just wait. Tell them about what? I don't know. Somebody out there, they want me to say, okay, tell them about the galactic energy. Yes, there is galactic energy. There's subterranean energy. There's frequencies and there's codes. There's fractals. You're a constant fractal. And if you take one piece of fractal and you put it and you froze it in time, that's usually what trapped emotions are. And the thing is, the fractal is constantly going. But your lens is right there. And you haven't caught up with the rest of you. Like when Lenore paid for a reading, her 9-year-old self was hiding behind my cabinet. Yeah, I can talk to all your ages. And it was quite interesting. And she said it was spot on to, what she was working on. So good on you. Emotions. So, quick, what is there a color to that in the box? Because they just flashed it. They're flashing it. They're doing like a pulsation of the color that's in the box. So just tune in, breathe in, and breathe out. I appreciate you sticking with me because, I'm a spiritual leader. And I've spent many years of studying and, just a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. So it's not just about getting something for free, because you're getting knowledge for free. You want to change the way your life is. You want a better life. You want a happier life. Then you need to listen to certain things and wake up to it, because if you say you don't have enough time, it's about the quality of time. It's not even about time, because you can have all the time in the world, but it's about how you use that quality of time. It's how you talk to yourself. Okay, I just see some building blocks on the ground. I must have children here because I got children's stuff, toys on the ground. I mean, spiritually speaking. So, Lenore says peekaboo. So I want to give a shout out to Samantha McDonald, as her brother is going through hardship. Sam has her feelings, and how do you cope when a loved one is a certain way? And when you have one grief upon one grief upon one grief, what happens? And if you're not able to process those out, it can cause you to feel awful. My hair just felt like it moved and shifted. It was weird. Oh, okay, don't think physically. So somebody just put a hat on me. How about that? So, oh, I probably should have that set up. If you want a reading, 1111. If you want, we can also, like I said, share away so you can get your chance for a free reading. There, it's on. And somebody just said the fear of letting go. Don't worry, I don't read your thoughts. Your crap just hangs out there. So, okay, let's try it this way. Normally, I don't do speaking to the dead, and then I just come up with information and say, who is that? Normally, I just say, okay, let's talk to you and let's talk to the dead. But I'm doing my best to stretch myself. And it's not just about reading cards. And I realized a lot of people out there are waking up and they just want guidance and they want answers. And, tell me my future. Well, I can tell you if you haven't healed your shit, then you just have to look at your past and you're just going to repeat the future. If you don't create something new in your world every day, then you're just going to have the same shit, just a different day. Sorry to say that, but you're a program. So now I'm going to read this card out, and I'll show you in a minute. And what you're going to do is that you're going to feel, if it feels like you, then I want you to tell me how. Now, how you're going to do this is that when I read this and there's certain words that pop out, say that's me. Okay? And I don't know where we're going with this. Only Spirit does. Okay? All right. I cannot pronounce this. This is going to be fun. You know, we had a card the other night. It was joy. Well, look what we have here. And there it is. Can you see it? Not really coming in. But anyway, it looks kind of funny when you look at it quick. It looks like a man part. That's just my thought. So it's rhodochrosite. Creocyte. Sorry. Monty Python. Relationships, compassion, blessings, love, and joy. Okay, keep your ears open. It is through our relationships with others that we learn more about our own character. From a higher perspective, everyone we encounter is a reflection of ourselves. And the universe has placed around us the things that will help you expand our love and tolerance. We meet people we like and people we dislike. When we see what we consider to be positive traits in others, we align with these characteristics because we believe them to be good. Yet, when we see what we consider to be negative aspects in other characters, we refuse to see those same traits in ourselves because we judge them as bad. Yet the truth is that that we have each trait within us. Oh, that's so true. Either currently or in the past. Otherwise, we would not be able to recognize these traits in others. You are being urged to examine the traits you don't like in others, and rather than merely judge them as bad or avoiding them, look at what they reflect within you. Developing a compassionate attitude will help you realize that often the judgments we make about others are judgments we make about ourselves. All relationships are mixtures of positive and negative. They help you broaden our understanding of life and love and help us to see more of who we are. Now, what's interesting is I wanted so much to stop. Okay. Oh, look, we got some shares. Yay. When it comes to love and joy, we expect ourselves to others to make us happy. Now, I'm all for helping. You need a hug, I'll give you a hug. Flash a smile, maybe to make you smile. Tell you a joke. I know that it's important for us to reach out and to love and give compassion. But the other side of the trait is that when you feel like shit, and that energy today I picked up at that store was, I can't have joy. My reaction to whatever this bitterness person was, I came home, I had to shut the door because I couldn't hear my birds because they just represented joy. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to heal this out of me because it's not me. I know this, but I couldn't allow joy in my life because I had to experience the aftermath or my reaction to their not wanting joy. They wanted bitterness. That's what they know. This is who I am. And they can be proud of it all they want. But we have to be responsible for the energy we bring into the room. Okay? When you're looking at this, when it says expand our love and tolerance, you have to understand that if you're tolerating something, you're telling them that, or especially the way they treat you, you're telling them that that's how it's okay to always treat you that way. It's okay if they do it a couple times, but then you're going to have to get the balls to stand up and say, please don't treat me that way. And this is where the major arguments are, because if they're standing in their bitterness, then you're just going to fight to see who wins. And the more you live through your heart, you don't have to bite your tongue, but you learn to communicate with spirit and just not put up with it. You learn further, and instead of blame, you say, okay, why am I projecting this person? Why am I projecting this? Why do I need this bitch slap? And you need to learn to ask healthier questions, if that makes any sense. What you don't like in others is what you don't like about yourself. I like that one, but I don't. Because again, yeah, you can go and heal all of the saying, yes, I was a bitch. Okay, so you're no longer a bitch. But yet you may need those lessons. If you didn't keep those lessons, then you're going to have people walk all over you. You need to create healthy boundaries and you grow. You don't want arrested development. You want to develop, to evolve. When you don't like that behavior in other people, yes, it is their shit, but it also could be your lens. Heal the lens so that these people can show up not by, being past experiences. Because when I came in this marriage, I wasn't going to bring forth my ex and put it on my lovely new husband. I'm going to do that because I don't need to see my new love of my life to be a narcissist. Just because they, looked at me funny. Oh, here we go. No, I don't need to be the lens. Again, you use tools. You don't just sit there and try to use your consciousness, because that is just saying that's insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. And you can try different things to make you feel better. But what it boils down to is that, yeah, you can smash plates, but you still have the root. That's what I'm saying. You need to get those out. Okay. I'm not saying that you need to claim that if they're bitter, that you're bitter. That's why I say you have to understand it's the reactions. If you haven't healed the reactions, then you're still going to have these people show up. Okay? So as far as what they wanted you to do was to look and see what the emotions are. But it wasn't about his emotions. You want me to do what? Pyrite. Okay, so they deliberately threw that on the floor. Pyrite. Well, this way. All right. Emotional balance, psychological strength, relationship protection. I'm going to tell you, when you read positive things, that's fine. It's when you really want to heal the tools is when you need to get into those other ones that point out a particular emotion, and you can go, oh my gosh, identify with that. Oh my God, what did Brenda say? Use a tool. Okay, so if the emotion is there and I identify with that and I can come up with the experience, EFT, even though I am bitter, even though I recognize bitterness, get playful. Pyrite. Emotional balance, psychological strengths, relationship protection. You may be feeling emotionally unbalanced at present because you have allowed yourself to, at least partially, believe another critical judgment of you. See, now that's huge. How many times have you actually took offense? Okay. I had this woman that constantly was trying to take my life. She wanted my kids. She wanted where I lived and all this and that. And she would be nice to my face, and then she'd be critical, by giving me a slap at the same time, like, oh yeah, you deserve that. And then like, hey, what? And it's when you fall for that behavior and you consider it as a friend. You don't need that in your life. You have to stand up and say no. And I'd always like, okay, who she is me. All right, fine. What is it? And then I keep hearing, take it with a grain of salt. What was the topic? Oh, yeah, I wanted to improve upon that. Well, now you understand the catalog of life. That is how you wouldn't do things, how you would do things. And you learn to take it with a grain of salt, and you listen to spirit to define to you why that was said to you. Okay? The This malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. That was a huge one for me to learn. Why should I give them my power if that's what their agenda is? And when you heal how you, oh my God, that bitch, and you feel that belittlement, you feel that anger, you tap it out, you use tools, and all of a sudden you stop sending that vibe out. You're feeding them, by the way. When you take that and you stop and sending that energy, these people start to feel for it. They'll look for the cord. They don't know what they're looking for, but they know they got to get back in your face, and they want to reattach. You learn to keep healing, so you don't ever have to be attached to these people. You no longer have to feed them just because of your negativity. They want you in that negative space so that they can be fed. You don't need to do that. Here it says, to regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realize that this whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. It's not about blaming as much as understanding the paradigms that generation upon generations have constantly done. Okay? And when you begin to notice this, for example, my ex would sit there and he would do this one behavior, and he's nice in front of everybody, but behind closed doors. Well, this time he had no choice because we had somebody there all the time, and then showed his hand. And I went in my response, and I couldn't see it. I mean, it's like right here. It's like just out of my vision. And then I asked the person, I said, I don't mean to involve you, but what'd you see? Give me in one word. And the person says, oh, that's easy. They're gaslighting you. Wait, what's that? And my ego realized it was caught. And my spirit says, keep asking, keep learning, I wrote it down, and then I kept looking it up, and I'm like, I recognize this, and oh my goodness. And my ego is trying to say, no, go back to lulling to sleep. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. And then, it's why I tell people to witness when you get a healing and you do something, because you want to break free from it. Well, you need to sometime notice that it's happening, and then you get the strength, and you just say, I don't think so. You're done. Enough's enough. And you just stop feeding it. You walk away. You get the strength and do what you need to do. Okay. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many. So see this episode for what it is, what it really is, and not allow yourself to be so affected by the one person says. Others know the truth. And we get caught up into, did you see this? Did you see this? And it's like, if when time goes by, it doesn't really give a rat's ass if people see it or not. You just wasted all that time not being joyful. You lived their life. You had put all that faith and trust in that hell, and you just wasted years of your life where you could have been happy. Why? Because, I have to do the right thing. I got to stay. I got to be abused. Fuck that. What makes your soul happy? Because I can guarantee if you don't do anything about it, you're going to turn to drugs, alcohol, you're going to turn to sex, you're going to turn to watching too much TV or doing this and that. You're going to tune in and tune out. You're not going to be living your life. You're going to be just, you won't thrive. You won't thrive. You'll just exist. You'll just do your day-to-day stuff. You become numb, but then you have to heal that one. You become indifferent. You got to heal that one. So set your GPS to happiness. Okay? And so it says pyrite can help strengthen you both psychologically and emotionally. And it is very important. It's so important. And then you need eye-opening. Like I post on my profile, not my fan page as much as my profile, every day. Something that inspires me. Something that I know if a person happens to be scrolling by, it could inspire them. So I don't really share my life on there because my life's pretty good. I could put I'm grateful every day, but I'm busy living it. But every now and then it's like my cup of coffee. Get on it, get juiced up, start my day. Before I go to bed, instead of watching news, I read, I look, and then so I can go to bed happy. I set my GPS. And when I'm upset, I will be in the moment of understanding my soul wants me to heal something, and then I heal it. Now, some of you may not even be aware that when you pop on in the past videos, I have started in the last few days just picking random people, and if you shared, I said thank you and gave you a card, or I've answered some questions and then I gave them a card. So sometimes you may want to check your little notification and see if I actually gave you a card. Some people wanted reading so bad that it was after the fact when I went and read through that I gave them a card. So no matter what, your soul is always telling you to discover the truth. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are all the truth. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, then we react by sending emotional poison with our words. These create a whole big drama for nothing. And the thing is that you got to break the pattern. But can you first see it? And it's not about waiting for them to break the pattern. Shit, that ain't gonna ever happen. You have to be responsible for your pattern. Okay. Now that you've shared, and it helped if I turn it on. Lenny probably broke me. So, Miss Lenore, my sweetheart. Hey, one thing I wanted to do that I really think it could be possible, not sure if you're going to hear it. The whole point is not just for me to have an interaction, but I want you to feel that live interaction so that you can get more out of, that doesn't fit, more out of these events. Okay. Now I've got a speaker and I got my iPad, and we're going to see, Lenore, if it's okay to call you so that you can say the winner is, then we can test run. Okay, good, she does. And then you wonderful, beautiful people can give me feedback if you can hear it. Now, if you can't, then I will see if my speaker works. And if it don't, because it says it's supposed to, but me and Lenore tried to figure it out earlier, and well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Now, normally I have that down here. I'm hoping that it doesn't fall on me. Normally I always have blue tack around that I can prop up my phone. I only got a little piece. It ain't much. So, no falling phone. Oh, quit it. We're getting there. All right. Now, we don't need video. We just need a phone. Anybody hear the ringing? I've got it turned up. Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Now, I wonder about the feedback. You may have to turn it down a little bit in the back. Can you hear Lenore? Lenore, give us remember what you talked about today?
Oh, about Mercury retrograde?
Yep. Everybody hear that one okay? She said Mercury retrograde. Yes, I can. Is it loud enough? Because I could try the speaker machine. What do you think, people? Should I try it? Let me see.
What about now? Can people hear me now?
Yeah, they can hear you. I'm going to test run it anyway, okay, peeps? My tribe. We are basically the...
Line in mode.
Oh, yeah, there's a line in mode. We're basically the Empower2bu tribe. And it would be nice if I could find the hole. And don't... Okay, there's a joke out there somewhere. I'm not saying it, though. Dirty little minds. That's just me. Okay, so now, Lenore, I hooked you up and we're going to see if they can hear you. So go ahead and talk about Mercury.
Okay, so Mercury retrograde. So it hits us about tomorrow. And Mercury retrograde is a planet that goes back. So this is where we say don't sign any major documents, don't sign for cars. This is about revising, revisiting things that no longer serves us. And what I mean by that is where you sit back and just wonder, where do you want to see yourself? Also, too, there's a new moon in Pisces. So I am a Pisces. My daughter's a Pisces. So it's really important with this new moon, this new energy, plus Mercury retrograde. It's just to sit back. If someone's having an argument at you, or someone just gets on your nerve, road rage, whatever the case might be, take a deep breath and just keep on going. And the reason why I say that is because this Mercury retrograde and this new moon is coming in. It is still from the last moon. So what I mean by the last moon, the full moon we just had, which was a super powerful moon where people are coming more awake, people are opening themselves to spirituality. And not only that, it's more of allowing oneself to grow as a human being. So with Mercury retrograde, there's something, but really with Mercury retrograde, it's just about revising, revisiting, setting your intentions, and then proceed once it goes retrograde, once it goes back normal again. Now, with this new moon that's coming in, it's really good for manifesting. It's really good to writing your intentions out, doing a journal, doing a crystal read. All that energy of positivity will come ahead. So, it's really this energy at the moment. It's going up and down. It's crazy at the moment. So, just allow yourself to go through the motions. Try not to get angry, and just be thankful and grateful. That's my best advice at the moment with Mercury retrograde. Also, too, if it's really hitting you hard, the black stone, obsidian stone, is really powerful. And the other thing too with Mercury retrograde, which has just started today, you can get a Vegemite jar or a small jar with some water and put it in each room, and therefore with the negativity in the house, it absorbs everything. So all that negativity energy during the retrograde will go to the water in the glass. Also too, you can do by the front door a lemon. You cut it in half, you bless it and fill it with rock salt, put it on a saucer or a little plate by the front door, and that absorbs negativity through your house as well. So just be bathing yourself in rock salt and just allowing yourself to go through, because it's going to be really rough the next month. They say so. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully that will help a lot of people at the moment too.
Wonderful. And people said that's better. So, just to let you know, if you are friends with me, now don't hang up, Lenore. If you're friends with me on my profile page, now I can't seem to call you, I don't understand why, through the fan page. Really wish it would work. But if people are here and your name is called and I am your, if you're on my page and you want to be able to speak through this, then just say, I'm on your profile, and then I will look for you. And then you don't have to have audio or video, you just have audio. And that way we can talk. And that way I have real-time conversation instead of a delay. So if you're game, I'm willing to do that too. Lenore, so who is the first person?
Demi Jane Walters.
Hey, Demi, you here, honey? I've seen you several times. Yes, hold on. Oh, that delay, I'll tell you. Nikki says I turned 33 on March 3rd. Oh, well, happy birthday. Miss Demi, are you here, hon? You know, I know she's got a kid, so she might had to run away. Hopefully not. Ah, she waves. Okay. So thank you, Lenore. And we will call you again so you can tell the next person, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, hon. Bye. Okay, that's how that works. Now, Demi, you can, I know we're friends. If you want me to call you so we can have a real-time talk, or I can just go ahead and do like I normally do. And if you have a question, or if you have, I feel crooked. If you have a question, oh, God, you got someone on the other side that, what the heck? It just says crown. I don't know what that is. But, you know, cold read, or you have questions. Ah. Well, Sam, you should be on my page. I swear that's how I talk to you. No, you become my friend. Sometimes when I try to connect with people, they don't have that option of being friend. It just says messages. So, Demi, you have 7 minutes. And, oh, here we go. Demi, what'd you like, sweetheart? What would you like me to do? Okay. Now remember, people, while I'm waiting, in that box, they're sending out something else now that, you know, so you can start guessing. Okay. Hello, Tabitha. So in that box, I put one object and, you know, look for color, shape. What can it do? Does it have a purpose? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Can you see the picture? So, oh, wonderful. Yay. Okay. She says I get the call. Now, I got to do a search button. Oh, that's new. Okay. Do it right, Brenda. Search. And I appreciate you playing, Demi. Oh. I'm trying to hit the I and I got the O. You become a demo. Okay. Now that's come up and it should, oh gosh, you got people coming through. This to me is exciting. Oh, more people shared. Is it, can you hear it ringing? Well, I know she's there. She just said call. Oh. You might have to call me. Do live. No, okay, no. Oh, talk about delay. Oh, no, do live. Okay, no problem, sweetheart, no problem. Okay, so those of you who just arrived, if you're friends with me on my profile, then I can actually go get to you through Messenger, or if you can just get through Messenger, I don't know. Oh, hold on, answer. You there, Demi?
Yes. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's quite all right, dear. So, congratulations, you have won 7 minutes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, is there anything specific you want me to look into?
My mum.
Okay. Anything specific about your mom?
Is the time frame?
Okay, so your mom's sick.
Yeah.
She's not going to leave yet because she has she's okay. They're showing me something inside of her head. Okay, now if you understand, behind the eyes is that part of the brain that has something to do with depression. Okay, and they said that she's keeps reliving a particular emotion. No, a particular picture. Does it include Demi? No. Does it include the family? When she was younger. So she keeps reliving this thing when she was 4 years old. And there's a part of her that looks like she's trying to process that before she takes the leap. She seems more frail. And so I see a low life force. I don't like to talk about this stuff, but Did they give her a time frame or any of that?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Okay, because when I ask spirit about the soul and the connection, and they usually do a countdown, and they said that she's a 1. She's very close. Now, has she had her good day yet?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And usually, right before they die, there's a process of having a good day where they can say goodbye, where they can do what they need to do before they leave.
Yep.
So, like I said, your mother is repeating something over and over, and I'm going to ask about. So, is she? She's not in a coma or anything, is she?
No. No.
Okay. Does she have trouble staying awake?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. They said there's a psychic trauma that she is really, that's related to how her brain is trying to process. That means she felt 1 or more emotions. So there's 2 emotions that she's felt. And it was the way that that makes sense. Reproach. That means like if she wanted to come up to her husband and then he yelled at her or something. So you get shy of approaching people.
Yep.
Okay. And the second emotion that she felt was worry. And so it just means that she picked it up in the environment when she was 4 years old. And, if we want, we can remove this. It would be nice if I turned the timer on. If you want this removed, then, just say yes, and then we can send out a healing.
Yes.
So yes, okay. So where's my, there's my roller. Now you all hearing Demi okay, right? She's got a lovely voice. Okay, so all we're doing, people, is helping her to, her mother it's helping her mother to, when she does pass over, there's like resolving certain issues so that when she does come back, she won't have to go through certain things. And so these things do carry over in your soul's life. So we're going to take and remove the psychic trauma of reproach, and that's also hooked into worry. Reproach and worry, because she's trying to figure out, and she saw this because it didn't really happen to her. This is how you learn how to communicate, and this is what you're supposed to expect out of men. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you real quick, does that show up into your life?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is it removed? Yes. Now your mother's energy just, I don't know if she's asleep right now or not, but she is near you. Doesn't mean she's dead, people. People do astral travel. She just come to me herself and says there's a bell going off. And the bell going off in you, the bell going off in Demi. Oh, okay. So that means there's an emotion that's ringing. And like when you hit a tuning fork, you see it vibrate and it makes a sound. Then all of a sudden you'd swear there's no vibration or sound, but it's still going. So do tell. She wants to give her daughter, she wants you to get rid of reproach. She doesn't want you to have to feel like you have to recoil when you talk to people or talk to men or talk to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so with your permission, we'll remove the bell. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to be Demi, which means I'm going to be your surrogate. So we're just going to, and you can watch this video later to make sure, you feel like it's gone. Okay? You can do this as many times as you want. One time's usually enough, but. Okay, so the bell. You think bell, reproach. Bell, reproach. Bell, reproach. Ooh. You don't get headaches, do you? I mean, because all of a sudden my pain went right down to my back, though.
Yeah, I have back pain all the time.
Okay, because at first I thought it was a headache, but then it went straight down. So you have, okay, let me just read. Is it still there? No, the bell's gone. what age did you learn? Okay, so you encountered it at 3 years old that you have to be very careful and walk on eggshells around just certain people.
Yeah.
Okay. But wow, it really feels like you got yelled at or something, because it's like really like toxins in my ear. So when you hear people talk, do you sometimes want to not judge but cringe because they may say certain words that you just know that they're going to say? You're like, oh, please don't say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely pointing that out. And they said, oh, she's still here. She says, do you have bouts of depression?
Lately, yeah.
Okay. She's pointing that out. She says, and, well, what side? The right side? She's just giving, she says, now it's a habit. What do you mean? The depression's a habit? Okay, certain emotion that's related to the depression, it becomes a habit because it's the only way you can check out. Only way you can tune out all the stress.
I know what that means, yeah.
Okay, so is there anything you want her to know? She just wants you to heal it. Okay, well, it's a habit. She's looking through my filing system. Okay, look through away. What do you want? She says it really bothers you when okay, hold on. Does Demi pick up other people's thoughts? No. Does she pick up other people's emotions? No. Pay attention. Oh boy, she's strict. Telling me to pay attention. Okay. Go ahead. She resonates other people. So she's doing that right now. Yes. How many people? Just one. Oh, you got an X, correct?
Yes.
You have picked up, well, I'm going to ask, which one? To be hopelessness. Did the X have this energy of hopelessness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That, it's like when you put a bunch of women in the same room, we all start our periods at the same time. Well, you put you and this person together, and when they would resonate hopelessness, you all of a sudden would do it too and not realize, and you think it's your world. And there's a part of you that's trying to get out of it, but it then just leads to depression. This is why she said it's a habit.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to, with your permission, we're going to take and remove the trapped resonance of hopelessness. Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Hopelessness, trapped resonance, hopelessness, trapped resonance, hopelessness. Oh, he's got a cord attached to you too, dear.
Very much so.
Oh, God, he's feeding on you. Oh, yeah, we may have to take that off at another time because I'm trying to see if we can remove it now. No, I hate to ask this. Are you in danger of some reaction you may do?
It's just been a tough couple of days.
Okay. Because, all right, so when that happens, people, then what I would tell Demi to do is we build up that foundation so that the inner world becomes so strong that she doesn't have to worry about what's happening in her world at this moment, because she knows what's going on. I can feel it. And if we start taking and reclaiming her power, then all of a sudden she's going to be like a totally different woman. And then he's not going to be able to behave that same way because they're just not going to relate in that manner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we also have to move that cord because it's there. But we can't move it until we heal the other things that stop you from being that strong woman. And we can get you there. So the hopelessness has been removed. And every time you start to feel it, say, I don't need to choose that emotion to create my reality. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Thanks, Brenda.
You're welcome. Your mother is very happy to tell you the truth now that this is like a weight off her shoulder. So I wouldn't be surprised. Her number just feels better. It's lighter. So it could be any time, actually.
Okay.
Because that
Thank
cycle's
you.
changed. You're welcome, honey. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was fun. I like that. So what do you think of that format? Hmm? You know, so think about it. Do you like that format? Would you do it? Did you benefit from it? That's important too. Okay. So you get to hear feedback. You get to hear a little bit more. More details can appear. You know, and it's a benefit to you all around, because if you're getting a free reading, you know, take it. All right. Oh, good. Thank you, Samantha. She liked it. Good. I see all these hearts. That makes me happy. Okay. So, what time is it? Okay. We're going to we'll end up doing 2 more, but is anybody, let's play the guessing game real quick. Okay. And who can tell me if they can figure this out? So let's just take and spend a few minutes with this, and the closest person that gets to it, then they can get a reading. Okay. All right. So let's start doing some guessing. Yeah, definitely a quicker response. I think so, Robin. Susie, I think it's a great idea. Great. And seeing, enjoying that. Yes. And I love the feedback, because Spirit's like, ooh, and seeing her mother, you're welcome, Demi. And her mother was able to, I mean, to be present. Would she have been present before? Probably, but it's the connection, and then the vibration changes, and the frequency is able to, you get to access it, you get to move in that direction. Okay, in the box, what do you think's in the box? Tell me that. Okay. Oh, Sophie said a purple bracelet. Okay. What else? Tarot cards. All right. Kaleidoscope. Ooh, I love that word. Hold on, I haven't even, if we're gonna, okay, so we'll do the number game, and we'll guess what's in the box. Let me hold on. All right, Spirit, you gonna pick a number 1 through 50. Quickly tell me. Well, you can't do that. Okay, pick a number. Okay, I swear we had that one before, but alrighty. All right, I got a number picked, and we're guessing what's in the box. So in the box, use your intuition. You get a 5-minute read for what, if you get the closest you get, you know, for the box, and then a 7-minute or a 5-minute for the number one. Okay. Using my magnet to be my mouse. That's not good. Let's see. Nope. Oh, no. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's a cute guess. Nope. Oh, remember, pick a number 2 if you want. Oh, so close. So close. We're getting there. Like all of a sudden hot and sweaty. All right, I don't know who's playing he said, she said, but someone is. It might be on the other side, but it's funny. You're kind of cracking me up, you people. I tell you, you get some good guesses. I know I can think about all the things I can actually put in there. Well, you know, I thought that when they picked that number, but it is amazing. Oh, so close, but nothing. All right, so what we're going to do is you keep going with the number. With the bracelet, oh, so close. So close. Oh my God. With the bracelet, with the guesses, now we're going to narrow it down. So it is a bracelet, but if you guys can tell me some details about the bracelet. You know, if you can tell me details about the bracelet, then we'll narrow it down, because there's a lot of beautiful answers of bracelet there. But oh man, you know, I think I see the numbers. No, it's so close. Nope, not chakra. Wow, they picked a doozy of a number. Okay, send out the vibe. Got people thinking. Nope, not amethyst. No purple. 9/11. No, that's not the It's only 2 digits, Beth. Oh, she not told us that much. Okay, that's so funny. Wait a minute. Stones entwined. No, close. Nope, not jade. I can't get over this. Oh, so close, Sam. Oh, not aquamarine. Sam's the warmest. Oh, so warm. Ah, stop. Wait. Yes. Lenore. Okay, but we still have to guess the bracelet a little bit more. If I can. She said 38. Oh my God, I'll tell you. Sam was so close. Okay, number game's over. Lenore won, but the bracelet. Now we do know it's a bracelet. If somebody can kind of give a think of shape, think of color. Actually, it's not a bracelet. I just realized that. Let's back that up. You're close. It is a piece of jewelry. I even had that. You guys are terrible. Stacked on here. No. Macaroni. No. No. It is a piece of jewelry. You're making my face all red. You guys are great. I love y'all. Okay, so it's not a bracelet, because I kind of gave that away. Give it to someone. Oh, you want the guessing number? You won't give that to somebody? All right, so Lenore, who would you pick? Okay, as soon as she picks who it is, you know, that she wants to, you know, randomly pick is, these are funny. All right, so let's use our psychic ability, people. Okay. I told you it's a piece of jewelry. I thought it was a bracelet, but I think about it. No, it's not. Because I have a tendency to, I have a tendency to remake jewelry. but I didn't remake this one. Oh, yes. Oh, Robin, yes, it is a necklace. Now give me some more details. What do you think? I want the detail. Oh, not crystal. No, no, no. All right, think of a color. Just think of a color. Oh, I can't do it. Here. Oh. All right, so Lenore has given her reading to Catherine Fisher. Isn't that nice? Thanks, Lenore. Okay, Sam. Now you said beaded necklace. It's not black, but I will give you, I will say Sam. Yes, Sam. Sam, I am. Yes. Okay, so you ready? You ready? It is a choker. I wear enough of them. And it has, they're like round balls. Looks like a garter belt now. And it's gold. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it's a choker. So Samantha, you get your 5. Catherine, you get your 5. We'll have to get more people, or I'm just going to be constantly rereading you guys. That's all right, because it's fun. Okay. Both the same time, so. Oh my goodness. So Lenny just have to walk away, because at least for 10 minutes. Because okay, leave. Okay, that's fine. All right, people. We're just having a good old time here. Now that we played the number game, and guess what's in the box game? First one that will be is oh Samantha said my son said it was. Good. Okay. Getting some good there. All right, now let's see. We're going to do Sam first. That's what Spirit says, and then Catherine, you're supposed to. I don't know if you have an object of somebody you want to talk to on the other side, but if you do, hold that object, because they said that there's somebody on the other side that wants that to come through, but they can't really come through. So somebody might try to be a representative there. So anyways, if you've got something, and if you don't, just hold an object of something, and maybe I'm supposed to read it. I don't know. That's what they just said. Okay. So Lenny will be right back. Oh, good. Robin says, I love your live feeds. I smile, I listen, I learn. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Catherine. Now, I don't remember if we're friends or not. We need to be, though, because we are a tribe. And did you want it? Not Catherine. Yes, Catherine, we'll do that too. Sam. Samantha. I thought we were friends on here. Let's see if I can put your. Yeah, you're right there. It says Sam. Yeah, that's you. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to move the mouse to call. Do you want to be called? So Samantha. Okay, so if both of you want to be called, that's great. If not, I can do them quietly. I do know that I got Sam McDonald that says right there. So yes. Let's see how this works, people. Can I do it again? There's the little tiny phone. Look at that smile. It's a picture of her. Okay, it's ringing.
Hello.
Hi, Samantha.
Hello.
You are a winner for 5 minutes. All right, this is fun. Okay, is there anything that you want to talk about, hon?
The stress.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask Spirit, what stress is that she's going through? Yes, a lot of it. And the thing about it is that, oh, does it make your head hurt?
Yep.
Oh, wow, it's even affecting my eyesight. They said that the frustration, they're using that word very specifically,
Yeah.
and they say you're going through some petrified feelings and guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we talking about father or
Both.
all right,
Father
so
and brother.
I'm going to ask, do you want her just to is this a stress that this is going back, and does this help relieve that stress? Yes. So now, are you still able to look at the live feed?
No.
No. Okay. So if I asked you to hold your left wrist in the second position deep, would you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so your left wrist, remember, the point that you're going to end up holding will be under the thumb line. So the first position, second position, third. So make sure you touch the second. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to put your thumb there, push in deep, point your finger in the palm, and then wrap the rest of the fingers around. Then you're going to place that hand on your forehead, hairline, and then on the top of your head. So just,
Yep.
now you just hold that. Now, I'm going to set the timer now. And she's holding that. I'm going to talk to you. Now, she's going to think about all that stress, that guilt. Now, that's a high number, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, notice what comes first. The frustration, the guilt. What comes first? Petrified. Can you actually feel that moment of when you froze? Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, there it is. Just look at it. And then I'm just going to hold the energy field for you, like it's as if we were doing, one-on-one personally.
Yeah.
They say that you're looking through, which eye would you think that you're looking through when you think about the petrifiedness?
What's the word?
Yeah, left or right?
Probably the left.
Okay, so as you look through the left, is it up, middle, or down?
Middle.
Okay, and as you're staring at that, notice that you have an auditory memory. You hear things, and you were just completely shocked. Now, are you going back to the time when the bad news happened?
Yeah.
Okay, look at it. Remove, transcend, let it go, let it go, let it go. Now, switch your eyes over to the right. Stay in the middle. Switch your eyes over to the right. Can you feel it as the same? Less?
A bit.
A bit. See, she's very aware.
Yeah.
Okay, stare at it. Now notice, this is constructing. This is like, oh my God, I can see this happening again. And it may not happen to anybody else right now, but you can see it. You can see it happening to yourself. You can see it. Remove, transcend, let it go, let it go, let it go. Now deliberately switch it over to the left. Is it still intense?
Not as bad.
Good. And as we breathe in and we breathe out, now you're going to take and you look straight up, okay? Look straight up.
Yeah.
In that area, do you see it at all? Do you feel it? Do you smell it?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're just going to allow ourselves to remove, transcend, let it go, let it go, let it go. Now you're going to look straight down, okay? Can you taste it?
No.
Good, good. Remove, transcend, let it go. Now go all the way to the left. In the middle. Go back to the beginning. Rethink it. Is there anything there?
I can't feel anything.
All right. Well, we're talking about frustration, right? We're talking about petrified, right?
Yeah.
Is it there?
No.
Good. Remove, transcend, let it go. Now look all the way to the right, in the middle. Can you see it, feel it, anything?
No.
Remove, transcend. Now look straight up. Can you smell it? Can you?
Yeah.
You can? Take that. Okay, good. Just whatever's there, remove, transcend, let it go. Now, just allow yourself to rest and tell me, can you feel that stress that you started with?
No.
Okay, now double check the rest of your body. Anything there?
No.
Okay, and let me just check your number. And now you can take your hand down. Now, how long has this stress been plaguing you?
Really bad this week.
Okay, and if you start to be stressed because you are in a very stressful situation, just explain to everybody real quick, if you'd like.
Yeah. My brother had a cerebral hemorrhage. He's only 34 years old.
Very young.
And we don't know whether he's going to pull through okay or not.
Okay, that's why we just, send out some prayer and some loves. And now your stress is, you don't feel that stress like you did before.
No.
Now what's going to happen is that, just remember, we want the blood to come back up to the forebrain, okay, so that you can calm it down. Now, even if you don't have a position, you can just place your hand on your forehead, like you had, even without holding those points, and just breathe and think. And even move your eyes around by yourself, and just let yourself relax and calm, and you'll begin to feel better, okay?
Yeah.
Well, that, I think, is good. Now, remember, witness that you had a difference so that you can remember this healing later, okay? Just witness it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think you did good, and I'm glad that we actually got to connect, because I have been thinking about you. All right. Keep a big smile on yourself. You're welcome, okay? And it's going to ring in 4 seconds. All right. Bye-bye, dear.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. I think that went wonderful. Oops, shut that there. Now tell me what your feedback is, people. What do you think? What do you think? That live feed, was that important? Did you get to see in the healing? You get to her stress. And then she said she didn't really feel it anymore. It's just that your body is learning to heal itself when you use certain tools. Hello, Jennifer. It's good to see you. So, now, Catherine, my dear. Oh, well, good. Then let me say, if you're ready, just tell me you're ready, because I don't want to accidentally push you before you're ready. I just got to get to the right thing. And I'll have to type your name in. Should pop at the top. Oh, it didn't. Okay, hold on. Hard to do with fingernails when you got the pad straight at you. You're going to make me spell it all the way on, aren't you? Oh, I think I found you. Yes, we have a match. It's a matching game. Okay, so hopefully you guys are learning something, that you don't have to be stuck in your stress. You don't have to be stuck in your hells. You don't have to constantly be doing this, okay? And if you can begin to trust yourself and to trust me, then you can do, like I think I'm going to end up putting that on my website, because before I just had, like, I can't remember, it was 15 minutes for $30. But I it's not that much. And we get to really pull stuff out, and then in 5 minutes is very quick. She understood the points, she understood, and she listened, and she was able to let it go. Now sometimes you need more than just that, but we'll do what we can. And thank you, Sam, I really appreciate it. Now, Catherine, so get ready. What do you mean you don't think you can do that? The calling or the healing? I don't want to call you just yet until I know. I'd be curious. I don't think I can do that. The talking, this feedback, because to process it through, it can be quite fun to process it through. You wouldn't think so, but one of the things is when that emotion goes, it is like, where did it go? I mean, that's why I asked her, how long did it plague her? I mean, and she had a huge thing that was plaguing her. Now, we don't have to do the call, Catherine. If you would rather for me just do a 5-minute read, then I will just do a 5-minute read like I normally do. Okay? All right. Did I lose people? Is my internet still on? Okay. Wow, everything's quiet. I didn't hit the wrong button. I'm good. At least I didn't think I did. It's just not... calling. Okay. Where's my little button? You can't do calling. Can you? So it's because of the voice? Because if not, that's fine. I will just... Okay. Oh, good. We're all here. 6 a.m. Yeah, that can be quite early. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we don't want to wake up the whole... So what we'll do... Oh, did you get that object they wanted you to get? Did you even know what they were talking about? Because if you do have that object, then we can... notice I got more gray hair. Getting a wrinkle here. I don't know why. This has to do with that. I don't know why. Because normally I could, whatever. All right, so if you did bring that object, then great. All right, so as I'm tuning in, I haven't turned the timer on yet because I'm trying to figure this person out. Okay, so do you like stillness in the morning? The quiet time, or does that bother you? Because I'm not sure where they're going with this. I can feel something in particular. No, you don't like the stillness, no? They say that you pick up other people's energies. And you learned this as a very young kid that... How do I put it? As a very young kid, they're showing me that in order for you to learn to behave. It's weird because they're saying, they don't really, I won't say too much out loud. Yeah, I know, I rubbed it. Oh, but I do have an object. Yes, love it. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna tune into this object. Oh my God. It allows you to okay, who had it before you? Were they did they like action? Did they like this were they like hysterical sometimes? Just like funny as hell and did they have a lot of inflammation? We're going to go back to that hysterical. They would hit certain points. Now they're going hysterical, not as funny, but hysterical is in what? Is in anger, is excitement. However it is, they're just saying that the energies are everywhere. My lower part of my back's beginning to hurt. I feel a lot of inflammation. And they just always checked out. By being checked out, I mean checked out as if they just can't handle the moment. It's wow, they're making this headband. Well, it's not even tight. How in the world is it hurting? Did they have headaches? Do you know who I'm talking about? Because like I said, they're not, I can't vibrationally hear them talk. And what I do see is a figure. And they're able to give me certain impressions. How I translate those impressions is, the best I can. And they said that they're going back. They said that they felt attacked. Okay, so you remember when I was reading Demi and the mom needed to work on releasing a particular emotion from the past. They say that something passed through the line, which is the epigenetics portion, and they said that, so this is genetic. So they're saying, that's one way to say it, is that genetic. It's interesting because they said it's about the consciousness, which is they're referring to as a chakra. They said the issue is the sixth chakra. And let's go a little bit further. It is in the back. The back sixth chakra is the mental executive. It is the ability to carry out ideas in a practical way. I feel like a scary movie's going on in my head. Like there's a screaming. It's like an insanity sound. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Background noise. It's not a humming in the ear. I don't know where they're going with this. They're trying very hard. They're not. The connection. I'm trying to tune in. I really am trying to tune in. But either way, it's the sixth chakra. Well, what's going on with that? Closed and inharmonious with the active projection of reality. So your reality is very active, but there's not harmony in it. Okay, so it has to do with the way the mental thoughts are. And what's going on with the mental thoughts? 7A. It's about, oh, God, Jesus. I'm just going to tell you, it's about being vain. I think you went all your life to make sure that you just don't want to be vain. It's like wrong. It's like you have to constantly disprove people that like for instance, if you're going to start taking care of yourself in this generation, it's about self-care. And if you are carrying that, you may end up drawing people to you that may think that you're being selfish about something. Does this make sense? Of course it's not. Why? Because they are having such a hard time communicating something. They really are. And they feel frazzled. They feel upset. They just know that the mental thoughts they had. What makes you think that she has this? Her unclear thinking? Are you strong enough to be able to read her? All right. Well, without knowing what feedback I have, this feels like a very disjointed, off the mark reading. But at the same time, they're saying that all of a sudden you're just going to sit still and you're going, oh, that's what's being said. Apparently it's going to make sense later from what I can tell. Okay? Wow. Does everybody happen to go pee? Where did everybody go? Okay. So you guys have been a very lovely group. I'm going to, we had fun playing. I enjoyed every moment of it, but I'm going to give you one card for you to go before we go. Thank you so much for helping me discover more and more of how I'd like to do things. No, you don't want that? they're picky, aren't they? And they just dropped that one. Do you want this deck? Okay, I have a lot of decks. You really need to. Okay, so let's see what Miss Alice in Wonderland has to say. Oh, okay. There you go. Overthinking. See, and there's a part that why didn't they just push or point to the paper and tell me? They went through a very dramatic way of telling me. So, is that the person? I have no idea. I'm not good talking to the dead, but they do know how to tell me what's wrong with you, but to ask and do other questions, So I thank them for helping me grow. Okay, so this card comes up. It says, "Manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of the condition." Manage to be glad. It's a very pretty card. I think those little stinker skunks. 43. The manage to be glad. If this was in a reverse position, it says a belief that happiness is easier for others who seem more fortunate and have been given blessings you have missed out on. Believing that happiness is an act of fate rather than a discipline way of thinking and behaving. Feeling happiness is out of reach. Focus on the sadness rather than the bliss that can be created. So we tend to focus on the worry, the things that are on our mind that we can't control, that we can't, we don't know the outcome. When I say run into the end of the timeline, is that you already decided what it was going to be. You can try to guess, assume, all of that. And what happens when you do that is that it takes away and robs you of your happiness. So, thank you. I really appreciate your gifts. Thank you, Beth. Catherine says, tall woman, grandmother probably. It's okay, Catherine. She says, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sorry that I'm a hard read. But the thing is the way that they wanted to come in, I think that they had grandma or mother envy. I mean, literally, she wanted to be able to talk to me like Demi's mom did. And I allowed that because, it's just something that we all do together over here. But then when I tried to tap in, it was, no, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And like, okay, so there's a part of that's very strong. They still won't give me an image. It's like they don't want to step up to the plate. They're right. I mean, there is no features. I can't even get a yin or a yang. I can't tell if it had a vagina or a penis. I'm not literally getting any feeling except for, get out of the way, let me do it because I want to do it like Demi's mom. And it's like, okay, that's why it was suggested that you pick out the object. Oh, thank you. She says, yes. Sam says, yes, you do have a beautiful gift. Oh, okay. Catherine said there's definitely a card. Yeah, I always have dogs here, I swear. This whole area is, I'm just surprised it fits that many vibrations, frequencies. All right, a little bit further. So stop running to the end of your timeline. So the divination of this is your happiness is in your own hands. But like Samantha, I mean, it was hard because how can you be happy when there's so much going on? And it's, once those chemical peptides start to kick in, they floor you because they own you. You're just like, oh my God, how can I stop this? But you got tools. You're learning. And as you learn, you can let it go and you can get, you can grow. Catherine says, currently I'm working on bringing spirit to talk to me. Well, it's probably why we did it the way we did, but I just thought it was so odd that this is, and maybe if the way, because you want to talk to spirits, maybe it's about the connection needs to be clear. Okay, because I kept trying to tune in and match the frequency and then the vibration, and I just kept hearing, I need to stay hidden. And I don't know if that's a representation of your inner world, outer worlds, that you got to hide and not let people know that you're doing this. If that makes any sense. But let's see. It is something when you have it in your own hands, which can be managed, nurtured, and grown. Acknowledgement that life can be very difficult and challenging, but you are being asked to grow the happiness you long for out of your magical will and desire to feel joy once again. So let me tell you something, what I did. I thought I was with a man that loved me, and I kept telling myself a lie because, I mean, after a few years of marriage, he just says, I don't believe in you. I don't want to hear anything about you. What you do, keep that all to yourself. But yet I'm supposed to show up perky and happy and his wife and pretend like I didn't hear that he didn't love me and he didn't like me and he didn't believe in me and he didn't want no part of me. And it's like, how do you manage that? And I did it for 20 years. But what I realized is that is my growth. So I didn't allow him to dampen my arena. I just watched him be the bachelor that he was. And I went off and discovered my soul, discovered further about who I am. And the sadness, I said, no, that emotion don't have to control me. And I flipped the script and I used my tools and I saw myself being happy. So I deliberately woke up and gave myself 3 things that I'm grateful for every day, and it had to be different. Before I went to bed, I did, grateful. But then I started doing thank you therapy, which was I'm thankful to see my husband and happy to enjoy me, and I'm thankful for this and I'm thankful for that. When I set my GPS to thank you and to the happiness, all of a sudden the universe started to rearrange things. It started getting my husband over here ready for me. I didn't even know he existed. And, the universe was conspiring for me to get happy. And even though I had happiness and I did my business and I did my radio shows, it was, and then all of a sudden it's like, now you have to crumble this. See, I love change. I love the number 5. 5 has followed me everywhere. And I love change. I mean, I got to rearrange the energy of a space because the energy no longer serves. I look at emotions. You don't longer serve? Okay. You don't need to be in my reality. I got a benefit because I have all the tools. And I've used it. And every day I'm getting happier and happier. And he's like, what are you so happy about? And I'm like, life. I woke up. I didn't die today. I woke up. My body was falling apart, getting sicker. It would have bronchial asthma attacks. Winter would set it off. The wake-up call was when we were traveling, and I said, I need to go to the hospital. No, you don't. And so then we ended up going in aftercare, and then I got reamed on for it, and because it ruined the vacation. And then we went from there to we just left there, and they said I had pneumonia, and it's like, what? And first time I had an inhaler in my hand, and I didn't realize I was picking up all these emotions of hate and resentment and regret, and my whole body's feeling constant grief. That when we pulled out, I said, oh my God, this inhaler's not working. I says, I need to go to the hospital. No, you don't. And then I heard spirit. I said, and I was not being heard. I said, okay, spirit, take over. I'm done. And every time I've done that, the universe has rearranged it for me like instantly. Got rid of people out of my life because they were tormenting me. And the next thing you know, I said, give me a sign. And he goes, what? I said, I didn't say anything. And all of a sudden I said, oh, look. And I pointed as I can't breathe that's a hospital sign. And he's like, I said, and then all of a sudden I just bursted in anger. And finally he took me to the hospital, and he got his ass reamed out because they said I was on the verge of not being able to breathe. That was a huge ass wake up call that his, life was always designed for someone else, but not for me. And it wasn't my belief system as much as it was my way of, holy crap, there's nothing here. Why am I still holding on to it? I had to heal that it was over. And when I healed that it was over, and I healed my reactions, I healed all of that resonating energy out of me, it was done. And then I just walked away. So everybody can do it. You just have to set that GPS and you start living that joy. And when they tell you that it's stupid, you just look at them going, wow, they haven't woke up yet. And you must be on the right track. So just keep doing it. And yeah, that's the very first thing Olivia said to me today. Did somebody take your light? And I'm like, what? Because I was doing good. I had no idea. Yeah, it wasn't love. It was control. I was just a property. I was nothing more than, if you see how this person hoards, it was just amazing because I was basically a piece of furniture stuck in a corner, and I was supposed to be robotic, and, but is he a bad person? No, we just were not in sync. I'd watch him be in sync with people all over the place, and I'm thinking, why is it that I chose to not be in sync with him? Why is it that I can't have that good side? Why is it that I can't have that? And that's when Spirit started to teach me that I was only mimicking what I learned in my environment when I was a kid. And when I started to wake up going, whoa, no, thank you. You have to take that responsibility to unhook yourself. And that's what I do. I unhook myself, and then all of a sudden they don't get fed anymore. The cord changes, I roots and all, and then everything just, the universe rearranges you. You learn to trust. You have that faith. You just beginning to know, just like you know your name. So he's a great we're two great people. We just not in sync. Not made for each other. He'd be made for somebody else. Well, thank you. I appreciate the light and love. Today was just a reminder of, my reaction. You guys have, I hope you learn from me. I hope that you can just step up and decide that you're done. You're done. You don't need that. I mean, my ex hated that. I'm done. Now, I'm not going to tell you which person I was with, but, I've had, this is my third marriage. Let's just put it that way. But, I'm stronger. I'm done. And now anybody that hears that and they know what I can do, they're like, oh. And I thought, if you want to be in my life, you need to grow with me. Plain and simple. I'm proud of who I am. And I love my tribe. You are my Empower2bu tribe. And Robin says, I keep making bad partner choices, so now I'm on my path of me. Yes! This is what all about the fourth and fifth dimension's about. It's about, we were told so many generations, well, if you think about yourself, you're vain. You have to think about somebody else. You have to serve other people. You have to do this. And you cut yourself up and you cut yourself out, and everything was out here. But now we're beginning to learn our inner world is our outer world. That yin energy is coming on the planet. I'm not talking about penises and vajayjays. I'm talking about yin and yang. When yang energy come in, it's in a very aggressive energy. It's, outgoing. It does this. It did what it was supposed to do. We learned what yin did all by itself. This is a time where yin and yang are meant to work together. It's the integration. And those two, and when we start to integrate those two within us, then we're going to get stronger. But this ain't changing out here unless you change it in here. And then if I heal, I'm helping you. And if you heal, you help me. And we're going to help change the consciousness together. This is why I call you the tribe. And it's beautiful that we have our stories, but we can line together and grow, grow, grow. And that's what we're here for, because every time we connect up, we create that. Have you ever been in a group where all of a sudden the energy is just so full and you're like, whoa, and you just feel like this awesome high? It's kicking in those oxytocins. It's kicking in the trust hormone. It's allowing yourself to be you. And it's allowing yourself to get connected to spirit. It's allowing all of these other things. Don't you just love when they blurt out words like that? I review these later and I laugh so hard sometimes. I mean, I really said that? So, you guys are wonderful. So keep an eye out. Sometimes I'll just throw a card out to you. Look, every now and then look for notifications. I mean, it depends on what mood spirit's in, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're going to go review today. And it's like, okay. And then, oh, I like that. I'll give you a card, Just having so much fun. We are all healers, yes. And that's what I love about it, is because we're individuals, but we have this power of intention, and we can allow ourselves to reach these wonderful levels. I mean, you're hardwired for joy. Let it in. That's all I got to say. Let it in. All right. When my daughter talks to her daughter, she calls her Jingo. Ooh. Oh, replying to Beth. Okay, I'll read it all later. Okay. I love you. I see you. And guess what? Stay blessed.